tell me a little bit about your time on Solid Gold.
Oh, I had a ball. That was fun. I got along great. I was there at the same time Arsenio Hall was, which was kind of funny because Arsenio would come in. I'd be getting my makeup done, and he'd be asking. He goes, "So what's cool? What kind of music? What should I be listening to?" He was always asking me what was cool with music. And Marilyn McCoo was very sweet. So I had a ball with that. That was a lot of fun. And I was doing prior to when they hired me, they didn't have anybody doing any sit-down interviews, so they were flying me all over the country to interview the artists that they would, inject into the show. So, and the dancers were fun. It was fun. Mm-hmm. That's the bottom line. That show was fun.
Mm-hmm. And during MTV's peak, you were like the sex symbol for the station. Like guys, like, man, I like Nina Blackwood. She's so pretty, and this, that, and the other.
Now you're embarrassing me, Jarrell.
Am I now?
Yeah. But it's nice. It
mm-hmm.
was really nice.
All right. Now, what's your opinion of MTV now compared to the early years when you, JJ, and the other original VJs were doing?
Well, they obviously don't show as many videos, but I mean, it had to progress. I think where it's at now is a true reflection of what's happening in pop culture for the youth, basically. It had to evolve like everything else did. I don't think, a lot of people go, "Oh, I remember when they played videos," and yeah, it was really cool, and there were a couple of when we had our live concerts every Saturday night, and we had basement tapes and stuff. But the fact is, like everything else, it had to evolve.
Definitely, it had to evolve because, to be honest with you, I don't really watch MTV like I used to because the first vivid memory I remember of MTV, it was like back in '92, I believe, when Beavis and Butthead was real big.
I know, you said that.
And the
Cracked me up.
The Grind, Rock and Jock, Yo MTV Raps, MTV Jams with Bill Bellamy, and MTV Unplugged. Now, I think I also saw this on MTV Uncensored that Bon Jovi was performing Dead or Alive at the '89 VMAs, and they did an acoustic, and that was sort of like the birth of Unplugged,
mm-hmm.
and they did a pilot with Squeeze.
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
You've done your homework.
Yes, I definitely have done my homework. And also, too, the basic Club MTV was sort of like a dance, freestyle, R&B show hosted by Downtown Julie Brown, which is basically like the precursor to The Grind.
Yep. You're right.
I believe.
Yeah.
And do you remember like watching MTV Spring Break back in '86 when it first came on?
Oh yes, because I actually did the very first Spring Break, which was I think maybe it was '86.
I think it was '86.
It might have been '86. I thought it was earlier than that, but I thought it was '85. But oh yeah, I remember going down there. I said that's the first and last time I do that. Send Alan, which they did after that because it's like it was not. I'm not good with stuff like that. I mean, it was like crazy. Everybody was drunk, the kids and people jumping off the balcony of the hotel and just chaos. And believe it or not, even though I am a rock and roller, I don't like that kind of stuff. I'm not good with that. So I did that one, and then I said I begged off on the other ones, and Alan was perfect. Actually, he's perfect for those. So yeah, it was like, oh God, I'm just going, get me out of here.
So basically, it was too wild for your taste.
Yeah, it's not my type of I love rock and roll and I love bands and stuff like that, but the crazy parties. Even though the image looked that way, that I would be really into that, I was not at all. No.
Right. Now tell me about the moment when all the original VJs started leaving MTV, and was there like any like emotion like, man, we done started this together, now it's time for us to go?
JJ and I left about the same time, and I left because I had a couple of offers that had come around the year before, Solid Gold and Entertainment Tonight, that I had turned down the year prior. And that last year I was at MTV, like Kurt Loder was, they were changing and having an actual news department. So the VJs weren't doing the news as much. We weren't doing the interviews as much. So instead of growing, our jobs were shrinking. So between that aspect and then, you know, these jobs came around for me out in L.A., the second time, it was time for me to go because there was really no other place. You know, what are you going to be, a senior VJ? You know, so I left.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now tell me what's your opinion about TRL, the impact that it's had on like the MTV generation of, I want to say, mine, my cousins, and pretty much anybody that doesn't remember MTV from back in the 80s and early
TRL?
90s. Yeah, totally across life.
Well, it's a showcase, you know, basically, you know, and it, like I said, it completely exemplifies what's happening, you know, in pop culture today. So, you know, it's right there on Times Square, and you know, the backdrop there, and you know, everybody can run in and out, and it's just, you know, exactly what it is.